Good? All right, so here we are in the auditorium at J.P. Stevens. I'll tell you a story right here. This is the spot where I introduced Rudy to the school. The real Rudy came to J.P. Stevens. The difficulty with that was I was a sophomore at the time, and Rudy was only coming to speak to the freshmen and the juniors. Now this was a problem right here. And my public speaking teacher, he saw this, Mr. Catenacci, he saw that all my speeches were about three things: wrestling, Notre Dame football, or Rocky. It was one of those three things. So the fact that he knew that Rudy was coming to the school and me as a sophomore was not able to see them, he said, that's not cool, we gotta get Gene in here. So he tells me, he's like, all right, Gene, we're gonna give you the hookup, I'm gonna get you in. So I felt real good, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be able to see Rudy. He comes back to me the next day and he's like, Gene, I got you in, you're gonna see Rudy. And I'm like, nice, got the hookup. He's like, and you're gonna introduce him to the entire school. You wanna talk about ruining my day, ruining my week? It was like a dark cloud was hovering over me for the full next week. I was a sophomore, and I was gonna have to introduce him not to the whole school, but to all the juniors, and then I was gonna have to do it again in front of all the freshmen. So I was crap scared, and was right here on the stage. And actually, this week we're probably gonna be presenting in front of a few hundred people at the State Basketball Coaches Convention for New York. This was definitely the first big public speaking event that I had, and still probably one of the bigger ones that I've had. All these seats were packed. Teachers, students, these were older kids than me. So imagine when you're younger, you're trying to like be cool, fit in with the group. You don't want to make any mistakes. So I mean, talk about ruining my week. I was crap scared for this whole thing. But nonetheless, I wound up getting up there. I wound up doing it. And it's a real, I guess it really is a thank you to Mr. Catenacci and Mr. Cardillo, who were my public speaking teachers. But they got me out here and they got me up on the stage. And I guess you'd have to call it a success story because now here I am speaking for a living. But this was the stage right here where I introduced Rudy in front of 500 something people, students and teachers. I was real nervous, I was scared, but we got the job done. And it catapulted a speaking career. But good story right here J.P. Stevens on the stage. And then the real Rudy came here to speak. Not Sean Astin, not the actor, but the real Rudy Rudiger, who the movie was based off, was right here. So it was an exciting thing. Memorable day.